Hey everybody. Tonight we're going to take the skills we've been working on in class with solving inequalities and use those skills to find answers to real-world situations. In our first example, you are checking a bag at an airport. Bags can weigh no more than 50 pounds. Your bag weighs 16.8 pounds. Find the possible weights W in pounds that you can add to the bag. So let's underline the question here, or what we're being asked to find. Find the possible weights W in pounds that you can add to the bag. We know that bags can weigh no more than 50 pounds, and we know that our bag weighs 16.8 pounds. Okay, this checking a bag at an airport stuff, we can eliminate that. And here we have our question. So, when it says that bags can weigh no more than 50 pounds, I know that we're going to compare the weight of our bag to 50. If it's no more than 50, it can't be greater than, it has to be less than, but it could be equal to also. It just can't be more than. So it can be less than or equal to 50. Now I know that my bag starts at 16.8 pounds, and I want to know how much weight, W, I can add to that. So here I have my inequality. Now, to solve this inequality, make sure we draw a line down through the inequality symbol to separate our two expressions. And I'm just going to use my inverse operations. I have W plus 16.8. I'm going to subtract 16.8 from both sides. That's going to give me W on the left side, and on the right side, I'm going to have 33.2. And since I didn't multiply or divide by a negative number, everything comes straight down. Our inequality stays the same. So the answer to our question is that we can add 33.2 pounds or less than 33.2 pounds to our bag. In our second example, a student pilot needs to spend 80 hours in flight training. Different flight schools charge different hourly rates. If she has saved $6,000 to spend on her training, what prices can she afford? So we're looking for what prices can she afford. Make sure we underline that part. If she has saved $6,000, so we know she saved $6,000 to spend on her training, and we know she wants to train for 80 hours. So since the price that we're looking for is the hourly rate, I'm going to use R to represent that missing piece. Say R represents the hourly rate that these training facilities will charge. Now, if she has saved $6,000, she can't spend more than $6,000. She can spend less than $6,000 or equal to $6,000. She can spend all of her money, or she can spend less than that. So the cost that she's going to be charged is going to be 80 hours times the hourly rate. 80R equals 6,000. Now to solve this, we divide by 80. Make sure we draw a line down through our inequality, and we get R on the left, we get 75 on the right, and we divided in this problem, but since we divided by a positive number, the inequality doesn't change. So she can afford rates of $75 or less for her flight training, $75 per hour or less. All right, this is going to be our last example here. To afford an Xbox One S, Jeremy needs to save at least $300. He currently has $65 in his bank account and earns $8 per hour working at Panera. How many hours will he have to work to afford an Xbox One S? So, we're looking for how many hours will he have to work to afford an Xbox One S. We can use H to represent the hours. I know he needs to save at least $300. He has $65 in his bank account. Put a box around that. And he earns $8 per hour working at Panera. Now, to write my inequality, we can start with the comparison. I know he needs at least $300. Now, when it says at least, that means it can be more than 300 or it could be equal to 300. He could get $300 even or more. Now, the amount of money that he has is going to be on the left side. We know he has $65 currently, and he earns $8 per hour. So that's going to increase by $8 times the number of hours that he works. So here we have our inequality that we can set about solving. We'll draw our line down through the inequality to separate the two expressions. We'll subtract 65 from both sides. That'll be 8h is greater than or equal to 235, and we will divide both sides by 8. So we get h on the left side, and we get 29.375 on the right side. Since we divided by a positive number, the inequality is going to keep facing the same way. So we find out that he needs to work at least greater than or equal to 29.375 hours.